Hello everyone, welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you news from last night's City Council meeting, news from the Kern County Sheriff's Department, Cerro Costa Community College news, today's KZGN Talking Points editorial, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyo Kern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Whitnick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. Well, at last night's City Council meeting, there were a few interesting items dealt with. The big news from the meeting came at the end with the city manager's comments. Dennis Spear disclosed that the budget approved by the council in June is not a balanced budget. What they had in front of them appeared to be balanced, but was not. It was discovered by the new finance director, Terrell Staley, that there were incorrect entries in the budget. The budget is off by approximately $590,000. There was a deduction for the payment to the county in an amount of $290,000. That was not deducted from the revenue. There was a misentry of about $100,000 for retirement accounts, as well as other missed or double entries apparently missed by the outgoing finance director. This deficit now creates the need for them to cut $590,000 from the budget. Mr. Spear stated that all departments have been notified and they all have to submit proportional reductions to the budgets to him as soon as possible. Dennis expects to have a revised budget to bring forward to the council for the next meeting. Cities are required by state law to have balanced budgets. This is a significant hit to what appeared to be a lean but sufficient budget. In other council news, they voted to provide funding to the upcoming USO show in October. This is a celebration for the USO's 70th anniversary and a celebration of our local USO building built in 1945, just after World War II. The celebration will also include the dedication of an adjoining building of the one-room schoolhouse as a Veterans Memorial Building. Not everyone on the council felt it was appropriate, but they approved the donation anyway. They approved up to $2,000 in cash and an undefined amount of in-kind donations. The last main topic was the concept of the city sending a resolution to the state legislature to support increasing funding for transportation projects. The main point of contention voiced by the public was the wording in the resolution where they stated, "We support a moderate increase in gas and diesel taxes and vehicle registration and license fees." Most public comment agreed that the state needs to use the tax money they already are getting and to spend the current taxes as they are supposed to on transportation projects. Instead, now they divert millions of dollars every year to other expenditures. At the end of the discussion, the city attorney provided a modification to the resolution that left out those words. The strongest supporter of the resolution was Lori Acton. She didn't show much concern that it encouraged the legislature to raise our taxes. As the mayor called for motions, it seemed there were two of them completely against the resolution, Mike Mauer and Tim Sanders. Mayor Breeden and Eddie Thomas were concerned with it and had mixed feelings. The mayor said she had people contact her about this. Some supported it and some didn't, so she wasn't sure what to do. Lori Acton appeared in favor of it. So ultimately, a motion was made. Lori Acton made a motion to approve the resolution as originally provided. However, no one seconded the motion. So the mayor asked if there were any other motions, and no one made one. So the item died for lack of motion. And in a couple quick items of interest, at the end of the meeting, Mayor Breeden announced news from the East Kern Air Quality Board. They voted to install an air quality monitoring station on the roof of City Hall at a cost of $180,000. There's also a mobile station out in Inyo Kern. City staff reported that the Walmart project is still moving forward. Everything with the city is completed. They have issued their construction contracts, but Walmart says they still are not quite ready to go. Here's an update on the manhunt going on over in Kelso Valley. The Kern County Sheriff's Department reports the manhunt continues there. It is also reported that the FBI and U.S. Marshal Service have joined in the search. This is in addition to these supporting agencies: Ridgecrest, Los Angeles, Ventura, Bakersfield, and California City Police Departments. The suspect is wanted in connection with a kidnapping, murder, burglary, and other lesser crimes. He is considered armed and dangerous. The suspect still remains at large. They believe they have him contained in an area about 5 square miles in Kelso Valley. However, the terrain is very rough and the search is difficult. The U.S. Forest Service would like to advise the public of a closure. All forest land in the Paiute Mountains, trails in the Paiute Mountains, and roads leading into the Paiute Mountains are closed until further notice. Additionally, the Pacific Crest Trail is closed from Highway 58 to Bird Springs Pass until further notice. Again, if you have any information about him, call the Kern County Sheriff's Department. Now with a story from KZGN-TV field reporter Tanya Pyle, we have the following story from the California Department of Public Health. August is Valley Fever Awareness Month in California. Director and State Health Officer Dr. Karen Smith is warning Californians to be aware of a potentially fatal infectious disease known as valley fever. Valley fever is an ongoing concern in California and other areas of the southwestern United States. Dr. Smith said it is important for people living in valley fever areas to take steps to avoid breathing in dusty air. August is Valley Fever Awareness Month in California. Each year, the infection affects hundreds of thousands of people in the state. Areas with the highest reported rates include Fresno, Kern, Kings, Madera, Merced, and Tulare counties. Valley fever is caused by the spore of a fungus grown in certain soil types. People get infected by breathing in spores contaminated in dust released when windy or when soil is disturbed, such as digging or during construction or gardening. Most people will not become ill. Those who do may have flu-like symptoms that can last a month or more. Most people recover fully, but some will develop more severe disease-like symptoms of pneumonia and infection of the brain, joints, bones, skin, or other organs. If you think you might have valley fever, visit your healthcare provider as soon as possible. Anyone can get valley fever. Those especially at risk are those who work or travel in valley fever areas or who participate in activities where soil is disturbed. The best way to reduce your risk of illness is to avoid breathing in dirt or dust in areas where valley fever is common. Stay inside and keep windows and doors closed when windy. While driving, keep car windows closed and use recirculating air conditioning. If you must be outdoors, consider wearing a mask or respirator when dusty and refrain from disturbing the soil whenever possible. The highest number of cases reported in valley fever in California was 5,217 reported in 2011. There were 2,217 cases reported in 2014. And in another story from Tanya, Cerro Costa Community College announces that the registration open period has begun for the fall semester. Have you ever wanted to improve your education level? Now is the time. You may sign up at Cerro Costa Community College to do just that. You can review and obtain a Cerro Costa Community College 2015 class schedule on the website when you visit www.cerrocosta.ed. There you will find a wide range of classes and disciplines from art, child development, health careers, to computer literacy, and more. Explore the world of opportunities at Cerro Costa Community College available this fall. On-campus classes begin August 24th. Registration has begun, so sign up now while most classes remain open. Classes fill up quickly, so don't miss out. The sooner you sign up, the greater chance you have to register for the class of your choice. For more information, call the Counseling Department today at 760-384-6219. Keeping up with the real estate market here, the June home sales report shows the sales of 24 homes. The total valuation of homes sold were just over $3 million. These home sales ranged in price from $60,000 to $189,000. The average home price was approximately $125,000. In the report, they showed that there were 23 pending sales waiting to close escrow yet. The pending sales showed a price range of $65,000 to $315,000. Now stay tuned for KZGN's Talking Points editorial when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Now it's time for the 66th KZGN News Talking Points editorial. Here's today's topic. Do you support the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit on China Lake Boulevard in the construction zones? But first, a recap of last Tuesday's editorial titled, Should the City Officially Support Tax Increases the State Wants to Add to Our Gas and License Fees? The recap of the issue was that the California League of California Cities encouraging all local cities to pass resolutions to be forwarded to the state legislature. The resolution included wording as follows. We support a moderate increase in gas and diesel taxes and vehicle registration and license fees. In my editorial, I took the position completely against this resolution with that wording in it. Well, it turns out public comment expressed at the meeting agreed with me. Everyone encouraged the council to not approve the resolution. Chip Holloway offered comment that the resolution was meant to put pressure on the state to use transportation funding for transportation costs, which everyone agrees with, but the resolution also included support for tax and fee increases. Ultimately, the council did the right thing. They did not approve the resolution at all. There is no need for us to encourage the liberals in Sacramento to raise our taxes. They'll probably do it anyway, but we don't need to encourage them. Now on today's editorial topic, do you support the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit on China Lake Boulevard in the construction zones? The reduced speed limit is for two main purposes. First, it helps protect the workers that are out on the road doing the work. The second reason for the reduced speed limit to be in effect, even when the workers are not present, is due to the actual construction. Oftentimes, the construction area is left in what could be described as a dangerous condition. When the contractor erects the lane cones and warning signs, they are set out based on speed of traffic. Erecting signs for a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit is a lot shorter advance area compared to signage for vehicles traveling at the normal speed limit. A person driving at a slower speed has more time to react to changes in the road conditions. As lane changes start and stop, even with the signage they have out there, people still don't see lane closures ahead and drive right up to the lane merge cones and have to stop. Or worse yet, they plow through the cones. With a slower speed, people have more time to look ahead and plan their course. As a police volunteer, there are times when I've been out in the roadway helping control traffic at accident scenes. We've had police cars out blocking traffic lanes. We set out lane control cones when time allows. Even then, with the police car flashing lights, we have people that drive up to us and seem to never see us until it's too late and they start making lane changes and swerve to avoid hitting us. I had a driver come within 5 feet of running directly into me once. He never saw me until it was almost too late. In another instance, we had a total closure of all eastbound traffic lanes on a road. A guy drove up to the closure at full speed. At the last minute, when he was close enough I could look into his eyes, he saw the closure and swerved over into the oncoming traffic lanes to avoid colliding with us. And I could go on and on with these occurrences. There are just too many drivers that only see 50 feet in front of them while driving. They don't look out way ahead and determine traffic conditions in advance. By reducing the speed limit in the construction zone, it gives these people more time to react to the changes and dangers of a construction zone ahead of them. Opponents of the reduced speed limit say that when workers are not present, the speed limit should be the regular speed limit. To them I say, the obstacle of construction traffic control doesn't go away when the workers leave. I say join the police department as a volunteer and see how people drive. Witness how they don't see changes in traffic. When they are forced to slow down, it provides a much safer roadway for everyone. And my gosh, it's a reduced speed for about 2 miles. That is the difference of maybe 2 minutes travel time for the distance. Hopefully the contractor will get done with this soon. Completion is scheduled for October though. In conclusion, while the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit is a pain, it's to help avoid hurting construction workers and help prevent accidents with the general driving public. The potential of accidents exists even when workers are not present. I'm Tom Whitnick, and that's what I think. I'd like to know what you think. If you have any comments about this editorial or would like to discuss or recommend a topic, I'd like to hear from you. Please email them to info@kzgn.net. Stay tuned for weather and sports when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to Keith for the weather.
Thank you, Tom. The National Weather Service is forecasting a risk of severe thunderstorms for parts of the upper Midwest from southwestern Minnesota and southeastern North Dakota, across eastern South Dakota and into northeastern Nebraska and extreme northwestern Iowa, as well as parts of the southeast from eastern Mississippi across central and northern Alabama and Georgia and into the western Carolinas. Temperatures across the nation: Carolinas came in at 85, Georgia 86, Colorado 86, New Mexico 86, Arizona 94, and Los Angeles came in at 73. And for our forecast tonight, isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible Mostly cloudy with a low around 74. South wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 98. Breezy with a south-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 68. Breezy with a south wind 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Saturday, sunny with a high near 98. Northwest wind 5 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 68. West-southwest wind 5 miles per hour. And on Sunday, sunny with a high near 99. West wind 5 miles per hour. And that is a look at your forecast. And now back to Tom and the rest of your KZGN News.
Thanks, Keith. Now let's go to Tom Heck with sports.
And a very pleasant Thursday afternoon to everyone. Let's start with Major League Baseball. Well, Yogi Berra once made a statement. Yogi said, "It's never over till it's over." Well, no truer words were spoken than the Angels game on Wednesday. The Angels were down by a score of 3-1 going into the bottom of the ninth inning. They had only 3 hits the entire game. The night before, the Angels got 4 hits, and they were shut out through 10 innings. The offense had really sputtered, and the Indians, who don't have a very good record, were really doing a good job stymieing the Angels' offense. The Angels, in the ninth inning, with 2 outs, had Luis Pujols, who had a flare single to right field on first base, and Cody Allen, the closer from the night before, who looked so very good on Tuesday night, looked so very miserable on Wednesday afternoon at the Big A. Cody Allen came in after he gave up the flare. He walked 2 batters, and then C.J. Cron singled to right center, which tied the game at 3, and then a wild pitch scores Kevin Featherstone, and the Angels go on to win 4-3. They steal one from Cleveland. That's a big win for the Angels. That compiled with the Houston Astros loss makes the lead only 2 games now. And the hottest team in baseball, the Texas Rangers, are only 3 games back of the Angels. They're just playing great baseball right now. If the Rangers can get some consistent pitching, look out for those guys. They have come out of nowhere. They're now over 500. At one time, they were 18 games below 500. Boy, what a strange game baseball can be. All right, the Dodgers even up the series in Philadelphia. They beat the Phillies on Wednesday night. The 2 teams are playing tonight in the city of brotherly love. Milwaukee beat San Diego. San Francisco over Atlanta. The Giants hang close to the Dodgers, 2 games back. They sweep Atlanta down in Georgia, by the way. And the Marlins defeat New York, the Yankees. They are now 7 games over 500. The Yankees are, or I beg your pardon, the Mets. The New York Mets sweep the Marlins. The New York Mets are probably the hottest team in the National League. Now, the Rangers are probably the hottest team in the American League, but the Mets now have come from 7 games back. They now lead the National League East by a game and a half over Washington. Baltimore wins. They beat Oakland. They take 2 of 3 from the A's up north. Baltimore will be the next opponent of the Angels. Boston beats the Yankees. The Yankees finally lose. The Yankees are 14 games over 500. They had a great month of July. They are right back smack dab as one of the best teams in the American League. Toronto beats Minnesota, and look out for Toronto. It's going to be a very interesting last 2 months of Major League Baseball. About 56 games remain in the season. Football note, Tim Tebow, remember Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner, star athlete for the University of Florida, quarterback, led the team to a #1 BCS championship. Tebow then went to the Denver Broncos for a couple of years, had a couple of games in which he excelled in, then was eventually cut, and now, last year, was a TV analyst. Well, he got a tryout with the Eagles, and he made good. Right now, he is the #1 quarterback for the Eagles, as they will soon start preseason play. He looks like he's going to be on that team, whether he's a 1 or 2 guy. But right now, the newspaper in Philadelphia, who can be critical of athletes, on fire for Tim Tebow. All right, preseason begins August 9th. It's here already with the Steelers and the Vikings. The other Heisman winner that gets a lot of publicity, Johnny Manziel, not so well in Cleveland right now. He had a very mediocre at best season last year in his rookie year, left A&M after only 2 years. And right now, Johnny Manziel, the number 3 quarterback in Cleveland. Kevin Durant, star basketball player for Oklahoma City, still unsigned. Rumor is he may play for the Toronto Raptors. He was spotted in Toronto yesterday, hanging out with David Price, a great pitcher who's now playing for Toronto, who was just traded, and a couple of the Raptors. Boy, would that be an addition for Toronto. That's your sports for this Thursday. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Coming up next is Ridgecrest Talk. On tonight's Ridgecrest Talk, Al Huey and Robert Ironman interview Mayor Breeden.